Hello everyone, how are you doing? Today I will swatch a new palette I made. It's the nature palette that I changed a bit. I took out all the Davies grays. I saw that I don't use them enough, and other pastel colors also I took out and put lots of blues and greens, lots of ochres, lots of browns, and many darks. So I also wanted to share with you a sketchbook I was making. I saw some tutorials in YouTube, and I created this one, which is not stitched, and I want it's from Arche hot pressed watercolor paper, and I want to draw and paint some herbs, medicinal herbs, for something that I write. And I also made this sketchbook from Arche Cold Press watercolor, and this one is stitched, but I didn't put enough glue on the spine, but never mind, I like it, and it lays flat. Both of them lays flat. So yeah, so I think I will swatch these paints on this sketchbook, and we'll look at them together. So let's start swatching. I think I will swatch wet on wet. And leave some kind of a hole in the middle, so the colors can open into the middle, can flow into the middle, and maybe the colors that can will separate there. The first color is Lemon Yellow from Daniel Smith, PY 175. A great cool yellow. I usually use this color as my cool yellow, prefer it. Next color is Hansa Yellow D, PY 65. I heard many people like to use instead New Gamboge from Daniel Smith. I haven't tried it yet, and since I still have a bit of a Hansa Yellow dip, I decided to stay with it for the meanwhile. I'm thinking maybe to try to make it closer, so one moment, maybe I can a bit. Okay. Next color is Quinacridone Gold. It's a great mixing color. Since it's my travel palette, I thought that I will need it to make some greens and maybe even interesting earthy reds. And yeah, I love Quinacridone Gold. Next color will be Quinacridone Gold is PO48 and PY150. Next is Quinacridone Sienna, which is PY150, PO48, and PR19. PR19 is Queen Coral, and PO48 and PY150 are the combination of Queen Gold. I love Queen Sienna, even if it's a 3-pigment mix. I think it's a very good color for mixing, especially with ochres and with blues and greens. And yeah, I love it. Next is Purple Scarlet, PR255. It's a semi-transparent or semi-opaque warm red. It's in your face, very strong. It's scarlet, and I use it quite a lot. I also like to mix it, with, sorry about the noise, Putzku is making balagan. I'm sorry, one moment. Next color is Queen Rose, PV19 from Daniel Smith. All the colors till now were from Daniel Smith. I was debating if to put this color or my own mix of cool muted red, but I decided on Queen Rose because from it I can also mix my cool red, and also I can mix other colors like violets and purples. So I decided to put this one on my palette. Next one is Rembrandt Permanent Red Violet. One moment. It's something between a quinacridone violet to a magenta. It is made of PV19 like Queen Rose, and it's very good mixer, like with earth tones. I think it's more beautiful in mixing and by itself than Daniel Smith quinacridone violet. Sorry. So I chose this one. Next is oh, sorry. Next is Daniel Smith Indenfron Blue, PB60. Another great mixer and also a good color for nightscapes. I like to create, to mix with it neutrals or darks that are without granulation. And I like it also for night scenes. Oh, sorry. Take a tissue. Putzku is really bored today. I don't know why. Okay, next color is Lapis Lazuli from Daniel Smith. I like it for sky and lakes. It's a beautiful color, a very low tinting, very granulating, and I love it. I use it quite a lot. Actually, this is my second refill in this palette of this color, and yeah, I love it. Next is Daniel Smith French Ultramarine. I put too much water here, but never mind. PB29. It's a good ultramarine. and I love it. I'm sorry I forgot to turn on the camera. Next color here is Rembrandt's Cobalt Blue. It's PB28. It's a great cobalt blue, and it's something like third the price of the Daniel Smith one in here in my country. And yeah, it's really nice. Sorry, Putski is making balagan. Forgot her inside the room because I give them food separately, because Putski eats Putsku's food. She steals it. Next color is Phthalo Blue red shade from Daniel Smith, PB16, column 6. And I love this color. It's a great mixer for greens and blacks. Next one will be Phthalo Blue green shade, PB15, column 3. I love it as a mixer, and also both of the Phthalos I love for nut scenes with Lunar Black or Bloodstone. Phthalo Blue green shade, I mentioned this mix before. I like a lot with Venetian Red from Daniel Smith, PR101. So all these Phthalos are very staining, and they leave some watermarks if you dab some waters on them after they begin to dry. This Phthalo is Phthalo Blue Turquoise from Daniel Smith, PB16. It's a color that I love. And I love it with Quinacridone Sienna for beautiful greens, and also with Quinacridone Gold and with ochres. Very beautiful color. Also a great mixer with Queen Burnt Orange. Really amazing color. Next is Winsor and Newton. Forgot to put water. How does it called? Aqua Green. This is a really great mixer. I love it. It's quite a strong hue. Its pigment is called Phthalo. I don't know which of them. It's just written Phthalo on the tube. And I love this color. It's quite a new color for Winsor Newton, just a few years. And yeah, I use it a lot. Next color will be, we'll have to add some more water to it, will be Lunar Blue from Daniel Smith. It's a color that I love. I debated if to put here a Lunar Blue or a Blue Appetite Genuine, and decided on Lunar Blue because the interesting color separation. It's made from PBK11 and PB15. I think it's the PB15 of manganese blue hue. Yeah, it's a very beautiful color. You have to re-wet it first, and then you can use it. And now I think it's better. It's some kind of cool toned Payne's gray in you, and it's beautiful. I really love the color separation in this color. Next color is Cobalt Turquoise from Daniel Smith. It's PB36. I love this color. I use it a lot in mixing. Of course, it's beautiful with quinacridone burnt orange, with quinacridone sienna, with quinacridone gold, and other colors. It's really beautiful. I'm thinking of doing a mixing session with this palette. If you want this mixing session, please write in the comments. Yeah. Next color is Phthalo Green Blue Shade PG7. It's a color that I was debating if to put in this palette because it's very bright, but it's so great mixing color, so I couldn't resist. I'm a therapist, and in energetic healing, greens are great healers. It's the color that heals wounds, and I think that one of the reasons I chose it is to heal maybe from what's going on here. Really love this color. Okay. Next color will be Daniel Smith Jade Genuine. Another color that I love. I was debating about this one too, but decided I need for a nature palette as many greens as I can. I didn't put all the greens I wanted. I wanted to put also the Phthalo Green Yellow shade, but felt it's too bright for this palette. Okay. Next color is another staple in my palettes. It's Perylene Green. I'm not sure if it's, I think it's the Schmincke one and not the Daniel Smith one, but I'm not sure. It's a great shadow color and also a good mixer. Let's put a bit more from it. It can be a black, a greenish black, and you can mix with it and with some violets and neutral tint. It's a beautiful color. So PBK 31. Next color is a color that I debated if to put or not. It's Chromium, Daniel Smith Chromium Green Oxide or Oxide Green. I think it's PG18. If I'm not PG18, PG. Yeah, I think it's PG18. No, it's PG17. I'm sorry, PG18. I think it's maybe I don't know, maybe Viridian. It's PG17, I think, but I will look in a minute. It's very opaque, although it's less opaque than the Schmincke one. So yeah, I just checked. It's PG17. And PG18 is Viridian, PG19 is Schmincke color, but also other brands have it. It's one of it's the Cobalt Pure, I think. Cobalt Green Pure. It's a very good mixer, especially this one, especially with Lunar Red Rock. It creates really beautiful violety brown, and it's separating to a bit of green, and yeah, I love it. Next color is Green Appetite Genuine. I was debating between this one and Sap Green, and also between this one and Zoisite Genuine. I don't have a lot of Zoisite left in on my tube, so I didn't take it, and I can mix Sap Green with this color, Fetlo Green, and with Hansa Yellow Deep, or with Queen Gold. And I will create both of them, all this or this, with Fetlo Green, Sap Green. The Daniel Smith Sap Green is made from PG7, this one, and Queen Gold, this one. Next color is a Rembrandt color. It's the Isomocin, I don't remember, it's a yellow, Isomocin yellow, I think. It's a green. It's like a green gold or rich green gold from Daniel Smith, PY129. And actually, I really love this hue from Rembrandt. I think it's a great hue. Next is Daniel Smith Undersea Green. It's made from PB29 and Quinacridone Gold, Pure 48, I mean, and PY150. And it's a beautiful moss green. And yeah, I love it. I use it a lot in landscapes, and I also like to mix it with some violets, or to make it warmer with Queen Gold, or with the Isomocin yellow or green, this color, or to make it more blue with Cobalt Blue or French Ultramarine. It's a beautiful color. Sorry. Next color is Rembrandt, not German, it's a Rembrandt Greenish Amber. It's made from PBR8. and I love this hue. I was debating if to put the Daniel Smith German greenish amber, but decided of this one because it's more versatile and it makes really beautiful blues and greens with phthalo green, with all the blues that I have here. It's really a great color, and it kinds of color separating, which I love. Next color will be Daniel Smith Raw Amber PBR 7, and yeah, I love this color, really love this color. It's very deep and beautiful. I tried to mix it myself, but I couldn't. Maybe there is an option to do it, but I couldn't create this deep greenish grayish brown hue. And yeah, it's very good for mixing, and also on its own. I like to mix it with greens and with blues and with other earthstones, and yeah, it's beautiful. Next color is Daniel Smith Buff Titanium. It's PW6 column 1. It's a great color for mixing, and when I want to make my colors more pastel-y, I can use this hue for that. Next color will be Daniel Smith Burgundy, Monte Amiata Natural Sienna. I was debating between this one and the Burgundy Yellow Ochre, and decided on this one. It's a PBR 7. Decided about this one because it's easier to re-wet and it's more pigmented, but it was really hard for me to let go of the Burgundy Yellow Ochre. I really love it. Next color is Daniel Smith Raw Sienna PBR 7. It's a beautiful raw sienna. It's a orangish light brown, or light orangish brown. I love it both for mixing and both on its own. And it's a beautiful hue. Really love it. Next color will be Goethite PY 43. Also a color that I love. One of the reasons that I let go of the Davis Gray was because I felt that Goethite would be more useful for me. It's kind of color separating with some granulation, and I love it. let's lift this a little bit. Okay. Okay, let's continue. Next color is Yavapai Genuine. It's a kind also like Goethite. Goethite is a brown ochre, and also Yavapai Genuine is considered to be a brown ochre. It's more caramel like color, and I found it very useful in birds painting, and yeah, really useful color. I was giving it a chance in the nature palette, but then I saw how useful it is, because it's kind of soft caramelic brown, that I felt it's really great color. Next color is also a color I was debating about. It's Daniel Smith Lunar Earth PBR 11. It's a very granulating color, and I like to use this color both on its own and both as a mixer for higher granulation in browns, like to put it with browns that are not granulating, for example like quinacridone burnt orange, like permanent brown, we'll see them later, like queen burnt scarlet, and so on. And yeah, it's a nice hue, very granulating, like all of the lunar colors from Daniel Smith. I have a video about them that I made something like, wow, close to 2 years ago, I think. That's a long time. Well, I think that I opened my YouTube just in January 2 years ago. Yeah. So next color will be Daniel Smith burnt amber. I really love this color. I use it a lot, both for darks, both to create greens, and interesting blues. Really great color, and of course on its own in landscapes. It's a PBR 7 color. Next color is environment-friendly brown iron oxide PBR 6. So what I did in this palette, I took off the regular transparent brown oxide PR101 and switch it with burnt amber, which I love more. And I put I let this brown to stay, the environment-friendly brown iron oxide. But when I won't have any more in this half pan, I will change it to, I will fill it with hematite burnt scarlet, which is very close in hue, and I think I like it more. But I'm at the end of my tube of enviro-friendly brown iron oxide, so anyway, later on I will switch to hematite burnt scarlet. So let's see. Next is Daniel Smith Burgundy Red Ochre PR 102. So it's a color I like. It's always a debate between this color and Daniel Smith Transparent Red Iron Oxide PR101 or Daniel Smith Envir-Friendly Yellow Iron Oxide PBR6. But I decided on this one. It has a beautiful brownish reddish tone with some color separation, which I love. Next color is Sedona Genuine. It's a kind of natural iron oxide. It's from the Perimeter line. And I love it. It's very soft with a lot of granulations. Sometimes the granulation does the colors a bit harsh, but not in this color. And it's an orangish red. Very beautiful color. Next color is Daniel Smith Quinacridone Burnt Orange PO48. It will be discontinued. It's already discontinued in some of the brands. Daniel Smith said that they have, I think they said it a year ago, or 2 years ago, that they have stashed for 15 years. But I didn't trust it. And a while back I bought another tube. So I will still have this color. It is in many convenience mixes of Daniel Smith, both in Quinacridone Gold, Queen Sienna, Undersea Green, and so on. It's a beautiful color. And I use it to mix grays and greens. Next is another color that will be discontinued, and I also have a tube of it. Queen Burnt Scarlet PR1206, and it's a beautiful color. It's a non-granulating reddish brown. It's really reddish, as you can see here. It's a bit sensitive to watermarks, and I love it in paintings with in a triad with Intenfront blue and lemon yellow, or with ultramarine blue and lemon yellow. It can also be beautiful in mixes with Quinacridone Gold. Next color is Daniel Smith Permanent Brown. It's PBR 25. It's a beautiful brown. I tried the Shinhan PBR 25, but unfortunately I didn't find yet a PBR 25 that is as vibrant and luminous as the Daniel Smith one. I saw that Roman Small has now this color as a new color, but I don't see any reason to buy it because I really love the Daniel Smith one. I wanted the Shinhan one because it's much cheaper than the Daniel Smith watercolors, so I wanted to pay less money, but yeah, it's not the same. Actually, the Shinhan PBR 25 is close in hue to Red Jasper Genuine from Daniel Smith. So if someone wants the red Jasper Genuine and cannot afford it, I think this is a good dupe. And actually this is what I'm going to use after I finish my tube of red Jasper Genuine. Next color is kind of a plum color, Lumina Red Rock. If I'm not mistaken, I think that all the Lunars from Daniel Smith are in this palette, which is amazing. It's a semi-opaque color, kind of Indian red or violet iron oxide kind of color. On the tube, it's written as a red hematite, but it's strange because it's a PR101, and a PR101 is a synthetic don't know how to call it, a synthetic iron oxide. So I don't know what to make from it, but this is how it is. Next is Schmincka's Potter's Pink. I'm sorry I wasn't here on YouTube for the past 20 something weeks. I was very sad in grief. Another man from the kibbutz that of my father was murdered by Hamas. It is said that his body is in Gaza and his wife is pregnant, and I don't know, it took it very badly into my heart. And all the soldiers that are dead, and also the lack of hope that is really, really hard for me. I don't see how we can make peace with murderers, and how we can later on make Gaza Strip a better place to live for the Palestinians, when these are people that murdered us and kidnapped us. And I don't know, it's really, really hard for me, because usually I prefer peace, and I don't know how to make it here, and it's very, very hard for me. I don't know how what we'll do. I'm very, very sad. Okay, sorry. Next color is Daniel Smith Van Dyke Brown PBR 7. I forgot to mention this one is Hematite Violet from Daniel Smith. It's a beautiful color. I like to mix it with other colors to make treat ranks, and to let it flow into Indantron Blue, this color, and they create together really a beautiful hue. This color that I'm not swatching is Daniel Smith Van Dyke Brown. It's a mix of PBR 7, the genuine Van Dyke Brown is NBR 8. It's a very beautiful color, And I have the one of Roman Small, but unfortunately it's considered not light fast, the NBR 8, which is a shame because it's a really beautiful U. Okay, this color is Bloodstone Genuine from Daniel Smith. You will see now I will swatch mixes, colors that are very close to each other, but I felt that I need them all. This one is Lunar Violet, PV 15, with PBK 11. So ultramarine violet with lunar black, and I love this hue. It's a really good hue. It's great for granulating shadows, and I also like to create with it some I don't remember the name of it. We'll try to remember later. Like one painting, and yeah, it's a great color. One painting. Okay, next color is a color that I love. It took me a while. I think I talked about it before. It took me a while to fall in love with it, but now I love it. It's Daniel Smith Jane's Gray. It's a hue that many of us mix in different ways with Burnt Sienna, PBR 7, and Ultramarine Blue PB 29. But this hue was created by Jane Blundell, the epic Jane Blundell, and yeah, she's the most amazing pigment nerd. She's from Australia, I think, and she's wonderful. I took an online course with her in the Corona, and yeah, I think she's great. She's really great. Next color is Daniel Smith Lamp Black PBK 6, and I like to mix. It's a non-granulating black, and I like to mix with it some sepias and interesting indigos and colors like that. And last but not least is Daniel Smith Lunar Black. You may ask me why I put both Lunar Black and both Bloodstone Genuine, which are very close, but they're not the same, and I use them for different purposes. With Lunar Black, I love to mix night blues and other interesting hues, and with Bloodstone I use it for shadows in landscapes and also in birds paintings. And also I like to mix it with browns, and it makes them more black granulating, but it's not as harsh as Lunar Black. So this is my travel palette. I will let it dry. Till it's dried, I thought maybe to do a video about my travel bag. I think it's better for me in this period to go to nature, to paint and to feel better, even with the alarms of rockets to Tel Aviv. But I think it will be good for me right now, just to be a bit more in nature and to pick some medicinal herbs. I'm an herbalist also, and I think it will be great. And yeah, so let's wait for these colors to dry. So the colors are almost dried and are very beautiful. You can see the color separation in some of them. And yeah, I really love this palette. I think I will do a mixing session in the next page over here. And yeah, I think it's a great opening for a sketchbook. It's usually, I'm afraid, like many artists, from the first page of a sketchbook. I wanted to say one more thing. I think, maybe I'm mistaken, but I think that the Arches cold press paper in the pads is a bit more rough than the Arches watercolor paper cold press in sheets or half sheets. And if someone saw it also, I would like to know. Please write in the comments below. And yeah, that's all. So thank you for watching. I hope it wasn't a too long video. Have a wonderful time and happy painting. Bye.